Hey weeps, and today I'll be reviewing Rance 3, The Fall of Lisas, or Rance San Lisasu Kyanraku, or something like that. This was a review request from my boyfriend, the glorious show-off. Subscribe to him, because he makes a lot better content than I do. Just trust me. Then again, it's not that hard to make better content than me, so yeah. Story-wise, despite being a nearly 30-year-old game, it holds up, well, really well, actually. It's also what I would consider to be one of the most integral parts of the Rance series, as it has a more serious tone than the other two games, and also opens up the world, not just for Hellman, but it also introduces Zeth and the Monster Realm, which will become very important in later games. It's also the game to introduce Dark Lords, and they're so good. I could make an entire video going through Rance lore and talking about why I think Dark Lords are epic, but that's another rant for another day. In general, I find the settings of Rance games to be very, very good, because of the fact that despite being a fantasy world, it feels, well, real. And this was the first game to really show that side of the series. This is also, without a doubt, the most 90s classic aesthetic Rance game. Hero fights soft baddies to save the waifus, and there's a big bad at the end. Yeah, that's 90s classic aesthetic. I love it. I love it so much. It's so great, man. This game is so great. I love Rance. Speaking of heroes, let's go into the characters. The main character is, obviously, Rance. But this is 90s Rance, so he's a lot meaner, and a lot more brutal. However, he still has his moments of kindness, and I think those moments are just really great, especially when it revolves around Syl. Also, 90s Rance means it's Yatte Yaruze time. I'm sorry that I just ruined your eardrums. I'm really sorry. I actually think my throat now hurts. Crap. If I sound bad in this video, I mean, I already sounded horrible, but if I sound worse, then I just killed my voice by screaming Yatte Yaruze, frick. Next up is the main heroine, Syl Plane. Now, Syl gets a lot of hate, but if you hate on her, I'm gonna give you a bad time because she's freaking adorable. I have no idea what is going on with me right now. I'm usually not this insane. No, actually, never mind. I think I am usually this insane in my videos. Can you tell I only got 4 hours of sleep last night? Syl is Rance's slave and is very cute and bubbly and just always wants everything to be Zettai Daijoubu desu yo. Rance-sama! Dude, Avi has still hair IRL. I really want to touch his floofy hair. Okay, I keep making key girl noises. I need help. Just be glad I cut stuff like that out, because otherwise, yeah, it's probably cringe, but I don't care, it's cute. I'm a key girl IRL. Kento Kanami is a useless ninja sent by the Queen of Lisas to help out Rance on his adventure to save Lisas. While Kanami might be the weakest ninja ever, she is the strongest ninja in our hearts. If you say Kanami isn't a good girl, you are a dirty liar, because everybody likes Kanami. She is peak moe. Honestly, now that I think about it, I think that I originally intended for this to turn into a more mature review show. I think it's done the complete opposite and just turned more and more into shitposting as time goes on. But yeah, I like Kanami a lot. Even if she's dumb and autistic, gosh, she is adorable. And she's definitely one of my favorite female characters of all time. Speaking of some of my favorite girls in fiction, we have my self-insert, Leah Parapara Lisas, the Queen of Lisas. Leah is, from what I can tell, one of the first yandere characters ever, and she's also one of the best, if not the best, not gonna lie. Her cleanliness is just so cute, and also super duper relatable as well. It also helps that she's like really, really hot as well. Daddy! Next is Maris Amarilla. I've always said it Amaryllis, but I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing that wrong. I have a bad habit of messing up Rance character names, as I thought Copa's name wasn't, I didn't know it was spelled with an N until I just realized that recently. I've been spelling Kaelus's name wrong for years as well. Maris is Leah's maid, and while I can't remember her exact position right now, she's very, very high up in Lizos's government, and does pretty much everything while Leah just does her autistic antics. Maris is a cool and mature gal, and she makes a nice contrast to Leah's insane antics. While I had previously said she's one of the few Rance characters who isn't autistic, looking back, she still has her quirks, such as her dedication to Leah. But I really love her mother-daughter-esque relationship with Leah. I find it really cute. It is now Kamige time! Da 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 da. If you know me, you know I love Shizuka a lot. She's probably the most praised girl in the series, and I can definitely see why. She's a really, really phenomenal character. Mages are really, really cool. Shizuka is cool. She's just really great, and I love her a lot. I don't really have much more to say. I just really love Shizuka. Then there's Maria, the weapon/mechanics otaku. I said this before and I say it again. I honestly think Maria fags over mechanics and stuff more than I fag over anime and eroge, and that's saying something. She's a really great character though, and I really like her character arc that she has in the early games, with her going from being pretty pissed at Rance to outright loving him. Duripun no saikyo! Then there's Ferris, or Felis, or however you want to pronounce it. If I remember correctly, her name is translated as Ferris in the translation of this game, but in other places, I think in Rance 6 is translated as Felis, so you go with whatever sounds best to you. But anyways, Felis is Rance's Akuma slave, and she gets bullied a lot. Like, a lot. Like, you feel pretty bad for her. However, she just completely breaks the game, seeing as she is easily the most powerful character in it. I like Felis a lot and feel like she's pretty cool. Scythes are like the best weapon ever, aside from magic. Well, they're actually tied now that I think about it. But, oh my gosh, whenever I see her, I just feel so bad because of some of the stuff that happens to her in later entries in the series. But either way, she's still a very good character. Patton is quite an interesting character in this game, as he serves as a villain. Which I always find to be interesting, because if there's any word that comes to mind when I think of Patton, it's bro. This guy is a bro. Like, Rance is just the definition of, I came for the waifus, I stayed for the bros, man, because they're so cool. Why am I talking like this? Oh my gosh. But yeah, I like Patton a lot, and it's really interesting to see his character arc as the games progress, going from a very arrogant and selfish, I don't actually know if selfish is the right term, but man, to becoming one of the most mature characters in all of fiction. There are plenty of other characters, and a lot of them are very, very good, but I don't really think I have the time to go through all of them. Just though, going to give a special shout out to two characters in particular. The first is Rick Addison, who, while in this game, was just kind of a generic unit with a slightly modified portrait and a bit of extra personality added in, is probably my favorite character in the entire series. And Satella, who I just really like a lot. While the gameplay is probably not the best, I enjoyed it a lot. It's simple but fun. If you get Felis, you can pretty easily wipe the floor with most battles. But since a lot of your other characters are controlled by the AI, sometimes they'll make some pretty dumb decisions, but I like that aspect. I can say, though, that the final boss battle is one of the hardest fights of any game ever. If you have played Rance 3, you know what battle I'm talking about. It's actually kind of funny because the boss battle in Rance 03 of this version is way easier. I actually like the challenge though. It's something I miss in a lot of games nowadays. I feel like a lot of times they just go too easy on you. I feel like if it's challenging, it's much more rewarding, and that's one of the reasons I like the difficulty in Rance 10 so much. There's also your typical 90s visual novel gameplay of clicking on places and talking to people and the like. It's very standard, but it's still fun, and it's something that I just really wish was used more often. You don't really see point-and-click adventure games anymore, and even though a lot of people find them to be tedious, I find them to be fun. However, I've said it before and I'll say it again, I don't really care particularly about the gameplay in Alisoft titles, as I find the story and characters to be most important, and the story and characters in Rance 3 are phenomenal. Graphics-wise, for a game released in '91, this is really, really good. The graphics are really gorgeous. They've aged quite well, and I really love the overall aesthetic of everything. It's very, very PC 98, but I love PC 98 games. I really love the character designs as well. For some reason, I just like the fact that all the characters in Rance, for the most part, will wear different clothes, and all have different hairstyles and eye colors, and they're all very, very distinct. You can easily tell who's who from a glance, and I like that a lot. Overall, I just think this is a really good looking game and don't really have any complaints with the graphics at all. The music is quite good as well, with a lot of really good retro PC 98 songs. Of course, there are multiple versions of the soundtracks, with some being redone for the Windows release and but all of them are very good. If I were to pick a favorite song, it would probably be Satella's theme, because it's literally just the theme of my life. I try hard to be cool and edgy and stuff, but I'm just a stupid chuny. Frick! I'm stuck as a chuny for the rest of my life. But I am also the Supreme Dark Lord. Yeah, ha, ha. Oh gosh, someone please help me. I need help. But yes, very, very good soundtrack that I love a lot. And you should listen to it on @GloriousShowOff, because he uploaded some of the songs and some of the PC 98 versions as well, and they're pretty good. Also, I like Aether's theme a lot because I like Aether. He's a Bishi, and I like Bishis a lot. So overall, while it does have its flaws, I thoroughly enjoyed Rance 3, and it's one of my favorite Rance games. I know most people will probably prefer the remake, Rance 03, but I don't know, I think I like this one more. Something about it just really appeals to me a lot. I can't tell you what exactly it is, but I'm just kind of weird like that. I have really weird taste. But either which way, I highly recommend this, and I love it a lot. Bye, weebs.